got a propane tank. Scotty's Propane in Cloudcroft. Highly recommend. They came and set it super quick. Had to create some kind of a coupling that would match. They were very clearly super professional, and I've put down some rocks just to protect the hose for now. I'm going to get kind of those drive over things so that, like, I'm not going to be driving here, but there could be deer walking through and all kinds of things. So I want to make sure that it is mess up proof. Looks like we're between 75 and 80% full. I cut off switch. I already went in and bled the air out of the lines and checked that everything is working, and it's working great. I will still be filling my little tanks for use with my generator. They're both currently full, and I'm gonna pay attention. If I'm running it an hour a day, how long is it gonna take me to run through 1 tank, 2 tanks? It's a stormy day in the neighborhood. We've got some monsoon situations happening. Ordinarily, I got my generator up on a pallet. I put some rock protection for my propane hose for now. I did get the shed that I ordered. It came in. It's been sitting here. At first I thought I would set it up here. It's 8 by 4. So I started to try and level the ground here. Super rocky. Then I thought, well, maybe I'll put it right here, this way. I'm leveling, less so. It'll be better for runoff. I still might have to put kind of a French drain type situation around the back. We shall see. I don't want to do too much decorative stuff because all of this still needs to be resolved. This is a whole thing. I dealt with a contractor who was going to give me a sweet, sweet deal on a septic system. This deal was made at the end of March. It's now June 15th, and it's been an absolute freaking nightmare dealing with this guy. Every excuse under the sun. 98% of them are just the consequences of his own actions. So it's like, I don't know why you're sending me all these excuses, because this is your stuff, and your stuff needs to not impact your customers, especially like without a word. Like, I would just follow up and be like, hey, where are we at? And then here come the excuses. The situation is evolving, and like it's not impacting me so much now because, I have, my little blue tank where I can empty my black tank. I will update you on the nightmare contractor situation once it's resolved, which should be pretty soon because I'm going to resolve it. The wind and the rain blew up. I got another, you can see that rug right there that I have kind of on my little makeshift porch. These were outside rugs that were on my balcony in my apartment in Albuquerque. So I got this one out of storage to put down kind of under my little seating area. Of course, the wind and rain is blowing them over. Let's see if I'm in. I'll try and put it up here to dry out a little bit. It's not too bad, actually. I've been gathering rocks out of these dirt piles and made some piles for decoration after all of this gets resolved. I don't want to lay them down and then find out that a skid steer has to drive over them, And I have another pile over there of just kind of the dirty, ugly rocks are over there to line the fire pit that I want to put in over here somewhere. And then the pretty white rocks are the ones that I'm hanging on to right here for decoration. Gravity fed water feeding into my trailer right there is working great. I'm not using a pump at all. and so far so good. Thrilled about that. I'm almost through my first IBC tote full of water. Today, on Tuesday, Tobias is coming over to fill my water tank, and also he's going to help me put my trailer up on cinder blocks so that the weight is off the axles and off of the tires. Sweet. I picked up a large triangle sail, like a shade sail, that I'm going to string from this tree to that tree to that tree to create shade and some bit of shelter around or over my trailer. This white hose that I have under there, it's just a remnant of a hose that I started to cut up. I will use that to string the wire through to protect the trees that the sail will connect to. I have the hardware and the sail's coming in, but it's not coming in until too late. So that might be the following week. I had planned to get some black paint and paint around this area. See, that's how much water I've got left. Not too bad for what, 3-4 weeks? Anyway, I want to paint black around here for when that's open and getting light. And I also want to paint black around the inlet so that when it's open and it's getting filled, the light isn't an issue. I don't know if that'll help, but it'll make me feel better. And I already have the paint. I cleaned up a little bit around here. This was just a lot of that, actually, a lot of that. Started a little rock ring. My no trespassing sign blew down, so I'll figure that out. I also got some of the tools that I ordered, came in, and had planned to do an unboxing and organization of tools. If it clears up a little later, I'll pick up on that, but it's supposed to get worse. It's great right now. It's just a little windy. It's nice and cool. It's not raining anymore. But I don't want to get into the middle of an outside project and have the clouds burst open and rain on my parade, literally. I just felt some raindrops. I love it when it gets all weathery. It's my favorite thing. I had planned to pull this out and lay it out, make sure I have all of the parts and whatnots today, but the rain is going to have another idea. Tobias coming to help get my trailer up on blocks is none too soon because we have a situation. Does not give me peace. The blue tote here is kind of my garage. I have just random tools and stuff in there. These totes are empty. And I also have this that I want to use to get my... Oh, hi, buddy. Yeah, I know it's nasty out here. You want to come out anyway? Okay. You're just going to ask to go back in 5 minutes. I'm just your doorman. Anyway, until I can get the shed up and situated, I figured I would organize my tools into those black and yellow totes and this one, which is on wheels. Actually, the black totes are on wheels as well. I haven't really even started organizing inside because I know that we're going to be jacking it up and putting blocks under it. And until that happens, I don't know. I just don't feel like I should put stuff away. That's silly, isn't it? I'm being silly. You love it when I wear jeans because that means you can sharpen your claws right on my pants. Ouch. You got all the way through. And now you're stuck. Oh no. Sweet boy. It's raining, little dude. Do you care? The wind died down and the sun came out. So I'm going to see what I can accomplish in the time that I have. I'm going to start by putting my tools away. This is the tool haul. I got a 6-inch chainsaw. This is a string trimmer. And I also got like the brush trimming hedge for it. There's a like disc head thing. Behind it, the dustbuster that came along with the battery pack and charger, and my reciprocating saw, which I got a little bit ago. Until I can get my shed built, I'm going to put these away in these totes to just keep them protected from the weather. I have had them in the back of Roxanne, my car, for a while. I need to make room for runs to go get supplies. And I can't be using Roxanne as a shed. She deserves better. Ratcheting lopper. Boy, I can cut all kinds of things down now. Another tarp I forgot I had. This is ground anchors for the shed. They're the same kind that I got for the trailer. I'm not sure I love them. So they might be going back for a longer version. This is the cover to my IBC tote cover. The tote cover, because, you know, can't have too much packaging. Box of Dicor silicone wood glue and smaller tools. I think I want to put the smaller tools in there. Yet another pruning saw. Most of this is little stuff, but it's not stuff that I'm going to use very often. Little stuff I'm going to use will go in there. That'll be the grab. And then if it's not in there, I can find it in here. All right. It's just got to make sense. You know what I mean? Oh, it's a hummingbird. Hey, buddy. I would put up a feeder, but I have a cat, and that just seems like entrapment. You gonna come help me? Come help me. Yeah, I need your help. I don't know what I'm doing. Can you supervise? Gorilla tape I'm going to use pretty often. That goes over there. Same with the caulking gun. 100 feet, 1/4 inch rope, poly rope. I also got cotton rope. Zip ties. Ground stakes for pretty much anything. Pocket knife gift with my name on it. This was a gift from a dear friend. What is this? Oh, right on. It's an air pump. Earplugs for safety. I still don't have all of the PPE that I should have. This is a magnetic light. It's supposed to be a magnetic light. What a ripoff. Adapter. I can plug my 30 amp trailer plug into 110. This is a lantern as well. And it gets solar charged. And it can also be charged by micro USB. I think I got some of this stuff back when I was considering like van life. Camping cook set. This, okay, this is kind of cool. I've had this for a long time and I almost got rid of it. But when I bought this land and knew it had a slope, I knew that if it snowed here, I wanted to be able to sled. So I have a snow tube. And one day I hope to make a video about sledding down the hill. Spoiler alert. Since I got some of my tools out of there, I have room for the hitch. The blue tote will be non-tool garage things. I can put the emergency things in here. Tarp. Don't forget you have a tarp. Trash goes in the car. Got some paint that I used to paint my step with. And this is the freshwater tank purifier. I think I made a note in my calendar when it's time to do that again. Ah, there it is. Okay. My multimeter. This is going to make a lot more room in this area. So this will just be hoses, sewer stuff. I have a backpack, out of season clothing. My hitch can go in here. Yes. What is that? No idea. The box I had my gloves in disintegrated. What's that? Oh, my regulator. Yeah, that can stay. And I also have a big extension cord, heavy gauge, that I forgot I had. And I was thinking I needed to buy one. Off-season clothes, sewer, hose, other hose that I didn't know I already had, gloves, and plenty of room for my hitch. This feels really good to get stuff put away properly. I know it's a box, but I think you might be too big. Yes, it fits. Do I have more tools spread around? Probably. Nice. Okay. Everything's pretty much weatherproof. It's now heavy enough to not blow away. I look at the satellite maps. You can't see the storms coming and adjust because the storms form over these mountains out of nowhere. Any minute. Could just be raining. How cool is that? Is organizing just emptying one tub into the next? Sometimes I wonder. It's so peaceful here. Times like this when there's no sound of civilization whatsoever. I want to get one of those apps where I can tell by the bird calls what birds there are, because there are some very distinct bird calls happening and a lot that I don't think I've ever heard before or noticed. I'm gonna get so nerdy with all this stuff. I tell you what. Oh, and I also started collecting rocks. This whole area was the Great Inland Seaway. I imagine that this area, the southern end of the Sacramento Mountains, as the waters began to recede, this area would have been like tide pools. I really want to get down into that hole and look for fossils. But as I come up with cool rocks like these get these treasured spots right next to my door. I decided that I can start to clear out the area for the shed. Even if it rains, I'm good. 8 by 4, I figure, is a good size because I can go get a floor in one sheet. Hey buddy, I need to figure out what kind of floor. Do I get something cheap and then get some sealant to put on it? Or do I get, you know, like a 3/4 inch pressure treated? You can help me? Yeah? You're the best. You're the best helper. You want to fight with a glove. That's what you want. You're so funny. You're such a good boy. He knows that he can't fight with my bare skin. So when I know he wants to fight, I'll put something over it and then it's game on. He's very good about that. First up, let's see what we're working with. Take a couple of these off, but these trees will be good to anchor to. I want to put it on a minimal foundation on piers. You're not helping. You're not helping me. Yeah. The slope is a lot less drastic here versus putting it there and having to dig in. Like this is close to level. I could probably just put an extra 2x4 on the front piers and it would be great. It would be off the ground. So when I have a future home here facing south for solar gain, the shed will be right here. This will be the backyard of the house. I keep weighing all the things I want to do against the money that I don't have. For anybody who's new here, this channel is just me stumbling through life and talking about it. And the day-to-day of the upkeep. And I have a lot of people who watch who tell me that they're in a very similar situation or they're thinking about a similar situation. So I feel like it's important to add the little things that maybe aren't getting talked about that I haven't seen. A lot of the internal struggles that come with ripping your life up and starting over, the little adjustments that have to be made. These are the things that I'm thinking about and that I'm wanting to document, basically. I'm never going to be someone who is doing things for the sake of content. I'm going to film what I'm doing, and maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't, but I'm not going to alter my course for content. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. I don't ever want to just be thinking up things to do to film. I want to do the things that I authentically want to do, that I'm feeling called to do at any one given time. A lot of you have mentioned that that's why you're here, and I'm glad to have found my tribe. I'm glad you're here. And I like to go explore and see beautiful things and share them occasionally. I used to do that all the time because I didn't live in it. I got to say, I'm feeling a lot less like I need to get away. I want to. I want to go explore. I want to, find out more about this area, especially about the geology. I'm going to be looking that up. But that feeling that I would get from going out in nature, I have that. I'm living that. This has been incredibly good for me. I'm trying to find words and I'm going to fail because this is learning how to slow down and live the way I feel like I was meant to live. And I feel like a lot of us were meant to live. We were not meant to be the product. The connection that I feel with nature just reaffirms that for me every day. I feel so at home. That's frickin' priceless. Yeah, I think we might maybe get some more. And then I look this way and I think, nope, absolutely beautiful, clear day. About to rain. No rain in sight. That is just the most beautiful shade of green I've ever seen. Which one, you ask? All of them. Our first deer. There's our first deer, Bob. Look. This is the first deer we've seen. Munching on the leaves up south. Welcome to dinner. I've seen birds. I saw a little, very small bunny and a mouse, and that's it. So it was really nice to have a couple of deer visit. They're bold because they were not far from all this new stuff, this strange camper in their world.